going vertical. I had my phone locked. Uh-oh. I had my phone locked. And today is Monday, and with a double fun show today. We're going to have Chris with our Meet the Staff, Who's Who at Memory Bound. So we're going to learn more about Chris today, and we're going to start off the day with Teresa and catching up on our Me in 23. Yeah. Wow, I can really read comments a lot better going vertical. They're like, wow, they're pretty cool, Teresa. So happy Monday, everybody, and we have a special announcement. We have a couple things to show. Yep, special announcement. Teresa, you got your Valentine's shirt on.
I do. I'm not going to be here tomorrow, so.
Oh, I got to remember to wear Valentine's tomorrow or something red.
Yes.
For sure. Okay, well, let's show it. So we're talking about all the things we love this month, and of course we love our customers. And so we are having a special sale, 14% off for Valentine's Day, but we're starting it today because it's Galentine's Day, from what I understand. But instead of doing 13% off today, we're doing 14% off both days. So if you go online, the prices should be automatic. If they don't appear to be coming out right, leave us a note on your order and we'll check it out. And if you come in the store, it'll also be automatic. 14% off just about everything. I don't even know of any exclusions without thinking about it. So
gift cards.
Celebrate. Oh yeah, gift cards. Celebrate.
Yeah.
So if we're wanting something and you haven't picked it up, this might be a good time to do it. And Teresa, we also got a couple things in the mail.
Nice.
So check out this card that came from Mary.
Oh my gosh.
Now I think we should demo this technique. So isn't that neat? And it's, if you look at it, you can figure it out.
Oh, it's a whole card.
It's a full card, and then it's scored, so it opens up kind of with a corner
and she just
angle.
put that on the back.
Yeah. So Mary, thank you.
That is so
I
cool.
think you're going to see that on a morning video. I love that technique.
I love it.
Very fun. Very
it's
fun.
One of those
I know you just want to
stop doing.
You want to keep doing it. And then Chris, oh yeah, put it on an easel.
On an easel, sweet.
We got a little easel there. And then Chris sent us this box of chocolates. Oh, Teresa, I don't think you've seen this. You have to open it. It's like special leather box that ties shut, and you open it up, and it's the chocolate season.
These.
And look at that. Chris, you just spoiled us.
Yes,
oh my gosh, I
you.
can't even imagine.
I don't even want to eat one because they're so
too
pretty.
I
will. But
well, and she had them sent to us from this store in Lincoln, Nebraska called the Chocolate Season. And we don't have to worry too much because there is a guide in there, Teresa.
Oh, there is. Oh,
if you open up, it's a guide. And Chris, thank you so much. These are just so fun, and we're going to call them mixed media chocolates.
Ooh,
because that's what
whiskey pecan.
So that's because they do look like mixed media. Teresa's a little tied up right now,
raspberry
figuring
caramel.
out what she's going to have.
Yeah.
We wouldn't let anybody eat them over the weekend because we wanted to save, so we could show the whole box this morning.
They're so pretty.
So Chris, that's very, very sweet of you, and thank you. And Mary, thank you for the Valentine's card, which was very nice. And I just think the box on this,
it is amazing.
I just want to keep the box very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we got a double show for you, like we mentioned earlier. Teresa's here with her Me in 23. And remember, that's our project going on in February, but you could do it all year if you wanted to. And it's celebrating ourselves because we don't do it nearly enough. And a lot of us here at Memory Bound are participating. And Teresa's going to give us an update.
Yes.
And I will confess, Teresa, I am behind in mine.
I know. I'm behind in mine too. I haven't done anything on mine since last week, but I've been working on my husband. So I'm doing
You're doing two. We have a good reason to be
yeah, I've got
behind.
double duty. So mine, I'm doing the tag. Probably everyone has seen that. And then Scott, my husband, I'm doing the 4x6 flip albums. And are we out of all the 4x6?
No, we have some colors. Some of the colors are out of stock, and they'll arrive tomorrow. They were on sale
last week, so we're getting more in. But we do have the prompts and then 2 sheets of journaling cards that you can purchase just to kind of help you get going.
Get going.
Yes, to get going, to
I've
scrapbook
been
about
taking
yourself.
pictures of things I've been doing.
Have ya?
So we've been
Good.
taking a lot of selfies.
Yeah, I have. So I use mine, and I had Scott write down some things on his, and I write all over it. And I'm using this 49 to market thing, but then I also made a list of, I have all these notes. These are things that I need to take pictures of. I need to take a picture of him on the phone. He says purple's his favorite color, but
Even though she thought it was red.
Well, every picture he's wearing a red shirt, so I don't know what I'm going to get.
Who buys his clothes?
I buy it most of the time.
We better start buying purple.
I know. I thought it was red, so I always buy red. So I've got a list of pictures that I want to take just to remind me. And then I've got all my journaling cards. And I need some more pages, so I kind of keep these to add in because I'm doing 28 days of February. So I'm working on that. And I've got a few new pages. This is going to be a compilation page, so that I do at the end. So I start out with the first just basic me, then I did home, his transportation, his truck, his exercise. Now this one, physical, you can do other things. Like I'm tempted, I might do another one on his glasses because he got glasses at an older point in his life, and every time
he's one of those lucky people.
What my picture will be, because every time before we leave the house, he has to clean his glasses. Maybe that should be routine, and it drives me crazy. I'm standing there, I'm ready to go out the door, and he's standing there cleaning his glasses, and I'm like, you couldn't have done that some other time? Yeah. That's going to be routine.
They all have annoying habits.
Yeah.
Whoops.
But it's good.
I don't think I can say that.
It's good to document those things, though. And then this was his work page, and cats or dogs. And even if you don't have a cat or dog, you can do a page, or you can skip it and do something else. I have to give a shout out to Virginia, one of our customers. She is scrapbooking her husband as well.
Oh my,
and they're doing an excellent job. So way to go, Virginia.
Yeah, good job.
But she told me they don't have cats or dogs, so she was going to do something else. So yeah, you don't have to do. You could just say neither.
Or you could use like a sports team.
Oh, yeah.
Or a favorite something else.
So here, one of the other prompts is holiday, and his was 4th of July, and I did not know that. And then I had to ask him, why do you like 4th of July the best? It's kind of fun to ask these questions.
Well, it's funny. I don't know what Doug's favorite holiday is. I guess I'm going to ask him. Oh, I like Christmas and Halloween.
Yeah.
Those are probably my
I
two
should have
favorite.
guessed Halloween. Yeah, mine is Halloween. But he said 4th of July. So, I happened to... Oh, look I used the same stamp twice.
That's okay. They're different colors.
I just noticed it. Yeah. This is just from an old stamp set last year. I just put holiday. And I love these little word stickers. And I think that I cut them apart and just stuck them on there. But he said because he likes the fireworks and what else did he say? I can't remember. Because it's in the summer and... so this was a couple years ago that I had taken that. So you can use older pictures. Kelly and I were talking about taking pictures now, but you can do pictures from the past, definitely.
So, and then Teresa took this card that just says favorite, and then she added the word holiday.
I added a bunch. So you don't necessarily have to write something or journal on every card. You don't even have to use a journal card if you want. You could just put pattern paper, and I think it would be fairly obvious that
I think you could tell.
It's the 4th of July, yeah. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to skip that one and go back to it. Apples or oranges. This is another or. And he actually eats oranges and apples every day. He's trying to be healthy. But he said oranges if they're good. And I'm like, what does that mean?
I understand.
If they're good oranges. So see, look, I just kind of splatted because of the circle theme. And then I just had an old die cut of an orange. You got to look through your stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have an orange die cut. I'm going to do that. So yeah. So And then there's just a basic family one. That one's really easy, and I just talked about how he has brothers and sisters, his immediate family, our immediate family, and I didn't really do much with that one. I put the date of when these pictures were taken. So, and then I'm going to go back to this one because this one was fun. So this one's like, what's in your, and I wrote, I'm trying to think, I wrote a list on mine.
So let's see.
I have a list, so you could do.
Here's the card that she
it's
cut
on
it off
there.
of.
What's in your bag, purse, backpack, wallet, drawer? So you could do like if you have a junk drawer, if you don't want to do like your purse or whatever. But for him, I cut that part off. What's in your, and then this is this collection die that we're out of. Collector, yeah.
Collector?
That we're out of right now. But it makes this cute little pocket.
It's like a coin envelope.
And I discovered that it fits right in the 3x4.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and
oh
I was like, what a great way to like hide
absolutely
a journaling or something. And so he had this band on his, and so I just put wallet, and then I just listed all the junk that he had. But you could list. This is at the top of the journaling card here. What's in your? So I just cut it apart. So you can get creative with these journaling cards. And this was this photo, I was totally surprised, was his idea, because I'm like, how am I going to take a picture of your wallet? That's such a boring picture. And he's like, why don't you wait until we go out to eat and take a picture of it by the bill at the table? And I'm like,
oh wow, so he's getting into it.
He was. And so I was very excited about that. So this is, if you have this die, or when we get them back in stock, it fits right in there. And I'm like, what a great way to use that little die. It's so cute.
Well, and Teresa, this is a little different, but I love Carolyn's idea. You could put what's in your heart.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't have to be like a physical thing.
No. So I'm one day behind. I'm at 12 pages in here, so I'm one day behind. So I need to catch up on his and on mine. I will.
She'll catch up, and she's coming in and giving us updates continuously.
And then the other thing, I had mentioned a while back that my husband's grandma made an album.
Oh,
and how important it is. And so this was an album when her husband, my grandpa, was ill and passed away. And she did one of these for our entire family. And so she put our family picture there, and that was them. And you guys do this? This is a card that somebody sent with old pictures in it, and so I just stuck it here.
Oh yes,
right.
I love.
I haven't done anything with it, but I'm not going to lose them that way, you know. And so this just talks about why she did this album, and then she gives the history of when her grandpa or Scott's grandpa was born, grandma was born, and then talks about when they got married, and how there was a snowstorm in North Dakota, and how their company had to stay with them for 3 days, and that was their honeymoon. And they got stuck in North Dakota. And so there's just, and she just wrote and wrote. And one time Jake, my son, had to do a family history, and so I just handed him this and said, here,
everybody's loving this. And it's so interesting.
And so there's old pictures in here that she photoed. This is their house, and this is like a copy of a bill that they got talking about the house and how many windows and doors. And these are the wedding pictures of her daughters. Here's my wedding picture to Scott when he had hair. I should put that in his album too.
Teresa, this is a treasure.
Yeah, and just lots of pictures. And then back here, she talks about Valentine's Day, things they did. And then Scott's grandpa was actually the mayor of the town that they lived in, Calamus. And so they voted him in. It was such a small town, it was a write-in. And they wrote him in. He wasn't running. He didn't want to be mayor, but he ended up mayor. And look, this is a letter from Governor Ray welcoming him to be a mayor of a town. And just funny things. Here's he got a letter from somebody else that was a mayor. So she just put some interesting things. Then she goes way back to like Germany, and aren't these lovely photos?
Yeah, the old pictures, they always look really happy, don't they?
and how they came over from Germany, and just all sorts of history and families. And even there's a little bit of information, a little bit of a story. And then, of course, I have her obituary in here, too. But
this was Scott's grandma?
Yeah, this was Scott's grandma.
Donna says it's priceless.
Yeah,
I totally agree with her.
And so, you know, you never know when something like this, I mean, it seems fun and kind of silly at times, but the things she talks about, like having to go out and milk the animals, and how his grandpa got hit in the head by the barn door flying off in the snowstorm, and just those small things are just priceless to remember. So
it's like things today you don't realize what a treasure they are,
and how different things will be when your grandkids get married or whatever. I mean, can you imagine having all your wedding people at your house for 3 days? That's your honeymoon. Congratulations.
No, I don't think that would be very fun, Teresa.
Yeah, and that's just the way it was. So
there was a question about the font you used on the word wallet. I know she used alphanumeric theory on the holiday, and that's this one.
That was, I had this here. It's, I have it. I just have to pull out that thing to see what the name is.
So alphanumeric theory was, where did that one go?
It's alphanumeric bold.
Okay, so it's alphanumeric bold is the wallet font.
And it's a really nice one because you get multiple letters, multiples of the letters, not just one. So when I did wallet, I didn't.
You could cut your L's at the same time.
Cut my L's at the same time, yes.
Yippee!
It's a nice little font.
Okay.
And we have it in stock, I believe. I didn't bring it over, but I think we have this one in stock. So.
And then just show us the theory one on your patriotic page. I was trying to flip through and I couldn't find it. Oh, there we go.
There it is.
So there's the alphanumeric theory.
I use this one a lot now because it's new, and I like the little lines.
Well, it's a newer one, and you get 2 sizes of the fonts and the little lines.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, Teresa. You look so organized.
Yeah, I put it in one of the bigger Sizzix envelopes with the magnets so that I can see all my letters.
Okay, and then they would like to know about the font on the front of the album. We're talking fonts.
Oh, that was I cut on my Silhouette. That's in vinyl. So we don't have that one.
That's just something she designed on her electric die cutting machine.
Yep.
Okay,
all right, well,
I
my
think
update.
Teresa, thank you so much for updating us. So if you're let us know. Give us a shout out if you're working on Me in 23, because we'd love to hear about that.
And you don't worry about doing a page every day, but just keep thinking about it. You know, maybe make your list, write what photos you're going to take, talk to yourself, write things down about yourself. Maybe, I have my list too, and I know that there's a couple things that I need to take a picture of. Some I can go back and use old pictures, but I want to try and have some current pictures in it too. So.
Well, I was really upset because Saturday night we went to my parents, and my sister and her husband were there, and we never took a picture. I
know,
and it would have been great family picture right there.
I know, that happens to me. My folks only live a few blocks away, and I never take pictures of us with them. But we see Scott's parents maybe once a year, and we always take a picture with them. And it's so silly, I need pictures with my folks,
It's kind of like what it is.
You forget.
I can do it next time or whatever.
And you need to take it today, so.
Well, Teresa, thank you so very much. We're going to get Chris here because we're going to Who's Who at Memory Bound. We're going to meet Chris next. And then if you joined us late, I just want to remind you that we are doing our Valentine's sale one day early because we're doing Valentine/Galentine. So it's 14% off today and tomorrow. And the prices should be pretty much automatic online, or if you come in the store, everything will ring up at 14% off. So we're talking about all the things we love this month, and our customers are definitely a big part of that, and we do appreciate all of you. And so we are having the special. Okay.
And I was picking an order.
Chris is running by with a web order, so we'll let her get herself together there. So tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so that's kind of a fun holiday coming up. And then what's after Valentine's Day, Chris?
Isn't there like a President's Day
yes, we do have President's Day. Oh, Jody says they sat down with her mother-in-law for her 89th birthday and wrote about her life growing up. Oh gosh, I bet that is amazing. And Diane's been taking picture every day, but of what she's doing, and I think that's great. Because looking back at these things we do today as a normal thing, we're like, oh, what? We're not, I can't believe we did that, or we don't do that anymore. And Virginia's working on it. We got a lot of people doing Me in 23. There's Chris.
Phew, I made it.
Well, Chris is here for Who's Who at Memory Bound Meet Chris. And Chris, I had 3 people tell me on Saturday how much they've been enjoying the Meet the Staff series this month. So
So have I. I've gotten to know my coworkers better.
I've learned a lot of things I had no idea about.
Oh, good.
So, all right, well, tell us about Chris.
All right. Where shall we start? My full name is Christy, and I
always forget that.
I try to not put it out there too often. I was born in Lamar's, ice cream capital of the world, up in northwest Iowa.
And that is Wells Blue Bunny, right?
Yes.
So if you are familiar with Wells Blue Bunny ice cream, you'll be familiar with Chris's hometown.
That's right.
And there's a lot of people around here from Lamar's.
Yeah, well, Gloria.
Oh, where's your mic?
Yeah. Oh, I might need that. Sorry. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Chris forgot. She set down her orders and then we never got her microphone.
Yes,
to
I
her.
didn't. Usually I speak loud enough that
So,
it's not a
well,
problem.
Chris was telling us that she's from Lamar's, Iowa, which is the ice cream capital of the world.
Yes.
With Wells Blue Bunny ice cream. So if you like that ice cream, they make it right in Chris's hometown.
Yeah, and I lived there in most of my life. I moved away for a year when I was 4, and I moved a lot of places in that year of kindergarten. I went to Atlantic, Iowa, Fremont, Nebraska,
Oh my.
Red Oak, Iowa, and then back to Lamar's. And so I went to 3 different schools for my kindergarten year.
In one kindergarten year?
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it was a lot, but I am the youngest of 3, which Kelly said explains a lot.
If you read that birth order book, I don't know if you have, but there's a book that's something, maybe it's called Birth Order, and usually the younger ones are the ones that are a little ornery and lots of fun, and lots of fun.
Well, the ornery part's right. My brother was 8, Brant, and my sister was 5, Julie, and then I came along. And
oh, look at you in your yellow dress.
I know. I love my sister's dress. But, I am very blessed because, gosh, in the 64 years, I don't remember one argument with my siblings.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, we have just always talked and gotten along and have fun together. So I'm blessed with that. Moved back to Lamar's, and I met my best friend in 1st grade, and she said, want to be my friend? And I said, yeah. And 58 years later, we are still friends. We vacation together. We do all sorts of things together. That's Laura, and that was me and us not too many years ago.
Oh my gosh.
So it's funny.
I was telling Chris earlier that I had the same haircut. We both realized our moms cut our hair, and I had the same hairstyle. And I bet a lot of our viewers had the same hairstyle too.
At first, I thought I had done it, and she said, "No, honey, I'm sorry." That was all her. So
that's cute.
Anyway,
that's a really good picture.
Yeah,
Chris.
it's fun to have that to look back at. And
a lot of people are asking about your shirt.
My shirt.
There's lots of comments about your shirt.
I wore this today because it's part of me. Hawaii is my favorite place to be. I've been very fortunate with my husband's work. He had a lot of hotel points and air miles. So I've been to Hawaii often. And I always tell Kelly, if it's the day after a lottery and I'm not here, I'm in Hawaii, that I won. So anyway, that's Hawaii backwards is Iowa.
I know. I think that's funny.
So that's one of my favorite places. My husband and I met in high school. He was going in. He was between his junior and senior year. I was between my sophomore and junior year. A friend and I coached softball, little girls softball, so like 8-year-old girls. And we had a game that night, and after the girls got done playing, we went over to watch a church league game, which he and a mutual friend were playing on. And the mutual friend, Scotty, introduced Mark and I. We didn't know each other, even though we were at the same school, because we were a year apart. And he said he liked the fact that I didn't know who he was, because he was the school jock. He was captain of wrestling, football, track, and baseball. And apparently some girls were impressed with that, and I could have given a rip. So so that's why we ended up dating, was because I wasn't impressed by all that, I guess.
Well, you were just so cute. I'm sure he couldn't resist, Chris.
Well, his mom said that I looked like his third grade teacher that he had a crush on.
Oh,
and she thinks that's why we started dating. But
well, you're still together, so
yeah,
whatever the reason, it's all
right.
good. Now, a lot of people are commenting about Lamar's and Northwest Iowa, and Beth especially said she went to Franklin Elementary.
Oh, nice.
Beth, I guess if you want to tell us, well, I think that would be her maid, Beth Madison. So,
okay,
Chris, you'll have to figure out if you guys went to school together, because you'll be in the same class.
In the same class. I lived right across the street from Clark School, so I went to elementary at Clark.
She went to Franklin Elementary.
Okay,
There's more than one elementary in Lamar's.
Oh,
Wow.
Kelly,
it's a big place.
A hopping place.
I had no idea.
Yes, there's Cluckholm, there's Clark, there was a few of them. So, yep.
All right.
Mark and I, while we were dating.
Oh my gosh.
I was 16, he was 17 at that point.
That's the same as Doug and I.
Isn't
I was
that
16
funny?
and he was 17, yeah.
And our anniversaries aren't that far apart either, I
know.
don't think. So anyway, yeah, I still have the same short hair, and he has none now, but that's okay.
It happens.
It happens. We have 2 kids. Jessica is 46. She is a cardiac nurse and director at Iowa Heart, and she has given me 3 wonderful grandkids. Jacob, 26, McKenna, 23, and Peyton, 17.
And they're just adorable.
Oh,
I love hearing about them.
They're the best. They all live in town, so I'm very fortunate I get to see them, whenever I want, when they're not busy. 2 of them have careers now, so. And Peyton will be going off to nursing school when she graduates this year. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
And then I have Aaron, which, I've ruined his life because his name is Erin, but it's a boy. I've been told many times, give him a girl's first name.
I didn't know that, but now I do.
Well, we had him when we were, lived up at Married Student Housing, and one of our friends, his name was Aaron McGuire, and he said that was just the typical Irish way of spelling it. Boy, girl, didn't matter. And his middle name is my maiden name, which is Taylor. So I just liked the way it flowed better, and luckily he's 6'8", so not many people gave him a hard time.
So he can spell his name any way he wants.
That's right, yeah. And he's a youth specialist at a homeless and troubled youth shelter in Des Moines. So he's never been married, says he never will. And
so, Chris, both of your kids are doing really good things. Your daughter being in the medical field, and your son helping kids in need, kids that really need help. So that you should be really proud of that.
I am. They're both very service-driven in what they do. So they're good kids. Never had any trouble with them either. So apparently it skips a generation.
Chris, I want you to know that Bonnie Lassen taught at Clark for 20 years.
What?
So.
Oh, I can't wait to talk to her and find out what years she was there. So my husband, Mark, and see, Teresa gives me a hard time about not being in photos.
There's half of Chris.
And this is why, because when I take them, this is what happens. But we love going to ball games, so that was just a picture that I took at one of the White Sox games. This is my son and grandson.
He is tall.
He is tall. This is granddaughter McKenna. Jacob, and Aaron. We were in Spain. We had taken a trip together. Their mom doesn't like to travel, but my son does. So
perfect.
yeah, so we all did that. One of the big things I love to do is travel, and I was telling Kelly I love getting street art when I travel because for one thing, it's inexpensive. You can pick up a piece for £15 or whatever. But the fun thing is McKenna and I had our picture taken right in this area, and then I found a street artist that had done the bridge.
Their picture is right up here, and here's the picture.
And I'm going to probably mispronounce it. Ponte Vecchio, something like that. It means old bridge, basically. It was built in, I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget, 1345.
Oh my gosh, and it's still there.
Yep, that's in Florence.
Everything.
And there's shops and restaurants on the bridge that you can...
So cars don't go on the bridge.
It's just a footbridge.
Or footbridge.
And, I have a gallery wall in my living room, and it's just all pieces of original art that I've picked up, different places I've been. It doesn't have to be of the city. It can just be, something I got, and I look at it, and it reminds me of that place I was at.
Well, it's like a scrapbook on your wall, Chris.
Right,
Because all these mementos and great reminders of your fun times.
Oh, exactly. Yeah,
So I love it.
Thank you.
And this is all drawn in pencil,
It
which
is,
I
yeah.
find totally amazing. I'd love to be able to do that.
Well, and I was telling Kelly, McKenna wanted a piece, but she didn't have the money, and so the gentleman drew on a postcard just a little etching for her, and so she was able to bring that home and frame it. And like I said, I think I paid 15 or 20 pound or whatever it was for that, and for him to do that just meant the world to her and to me that he would do something like that.
That is really neat. And Steve says that they've been there.
Oh, nice.
He said it's an awesome spot, and he has been there.
Oh,
so
nice.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. I was trying to think of things that are interesting about me, and I you never find yourself interesting. But
you need to go back and read comments because you'll change your mind. There's lots of nice comments about the different crafty things that you do and how much they love it and think that you're amazing.
I appreciate that. I was looking around my house and realized I have a lot of little collections.
Collections are fun,
Oh, they
Chris.
are. I collect Roseville pottery and raku, but I don't do tons of anything. I just find little pieces that I like and go with that. So one of the things that people probably aren't as familiar with as they are with Roseville are corky pig banks.
And I had never heard of these before.
They come in a variety of different color combinations. Obviously, if it's got the cork in it, it's a lot more valuable to people.
We need to show this because when you said corky, I just thought you meant like quirky,
it had
quirky, but
corky.
it is actually corky.
Corky pig.
Oh, because of the cork.
Yep, and it was made in 1957. It's one of those things that's actually made in the U.S. And I've got blue and pink. I've got all yellow. I've got mint green. So it's just kind of fun.
It's very fun.
And then they also have what's called a dime bank. This is one of the typical colors of even this guy. But again, cork, somebody named Dave owned this one.
It was Dave's.
Yep. But it's just one of those things that I have it in like a lawyer bookcase, and whenever I walk by them, they just make me smile.
I understand totally. I love it.
And that's what things are supposed to do, or make you smile when you collect them.
Rita
or have
says
them.
it matches her cookie jar.
Oh, probably Hull, Hull. I also have a small collection of these little ceramic English setters. And the reason is because that's what I have, or had. This is the first time in 35 years I haven't had a dog in the house. But that's going to change in about 8 weeks. Yep. The puppy is supposed to be born in the next couple days. So
Chris is getting a puppy.
I am. So
all right.
Look for bags under the eyes.
Yes.
And all that.
Okay.
But anyway, those are another thing that bring me joy are my dogs.
Well, and I love that you have statues of the dogs that you love.
Yeah, it's just
really
kind
neat.
of fun. You know how you start doing one thing and then all of a sudden you've got a bunch of it. Another thing.
Sometimes the hunt is as fun as
Well,
the.
exactly.
Laura says hello.
Hi, Laura. Did you see your photo? Honey?
Oh, maybe we should show it again in case she missed it. Laura, in case you missed it, Chris showed a nice little photo of you girls in kindergarten or first grade.
Yep.
And current.
Another thing I love are quilts.
Oh.
Now, I probably have maybe 18 quilts at home. And a lot of them I've gotten at auctions. But this is one that my cousin gave to me because her mom and my grandma were sisters.
Okay.
And they made this. So,
it's a family.
yeah.
That makes it very meaningful.
Yep. Just the fact that I know they sat around and sewed on this together and gabbed.
Can you imagine?
No, I can't.
And this is all hand quilted. You can see the stitches there.
Yeah, can you imagine the
That's
time
so
that it
pretty,
took
yes.
and just all the things that they did? You know,
Well, and I think we have a lot of quilters that are also paper crafters, so they can really appreciate.
Yes.
Those are little pieces,
oh
Chris.
my goodness, yeah, I can't even imagine putting all those together. No way. Another love of mine are black and white movies.
Here we go.
Oh, Alfred Hitchcock, I really enjoy, but I also, like The Man Who Knew Too Much, Rear Window, any of those type, just because of the suspense. They don't show the murder, but just that build-up of suspense. Also, if you're into old movies and you haven't seen Gentleman's Agreement or The Man in the Gray Flannel Suit, they're both Gregory Peck movies. They're excellent.
So Gentleman's Agreement and I've heard of Man in the Gray Flannel Suit. I think I've seen that one, but I haven't seen Gentleman's Agreement.
Oh, they're both awesome. I'm not going to give anything away on them, but they are phenomenal movies.
But you're right. The old movies have a different way of suspense.
Well, yeah.
And they are very suspenseful without, they don't have gore and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. They make you think, which I like. I'm trying to think of anything else here that I guess we didn't talk about
we
my
need to see your layout.
layout.
So here's Chris's layout, and this I think is amazing, Chris.
Well, thank you. I used washi tape and the chipboard.
And see,
Oh,
I
forgot the chipboards.
thought this was paper, but it's washi tape.
Yeah, and it stuck down really well.
It looks like it's sticking really well.
Yep. And then I used one package of flowers. I still have a lot of little ones left at home, and one package of buttons. And then I decided...
She even did the thread in the buttons.
Yep, I sewed some thread into the buttons.
And this is bold, right? The bold?
Correct.
Yeah, bold, okay.
And then it seemed, I know this sounds funny because of all the flowers, but it seemed a little flat. So I went ahead and took white paint and splattered the washi tape and the flowers.
I love the splattering.
Well, I just think it added a little something. This is my friend Laura again at her lake house. Anytime I'm on the water or near the water, I'm a happy camper.
We can tell how happy you are, Chris, even though you're in the back there.
Yep. And then that one is my daughter,
all your girls,
and granddaughters, and myself. We were at a Pink concert. We like to do that kind of thing together. So yeah, it was a fun layout to do. I hadn't done anything like that. I would put it on maybe my Doodlebug clipboard and just hang it in the craft
or a little
room.
easel. It's just to enjoy and the good memories.
Exactly.
And you could do the same type of technique for, I think it'd be a cool wedding picture or like a big family picture. Yes.
That would be
I love
really
the
fun.
colors.
Well, and we've got that cool
and you even did it by the rainbow.
well, I did that for Teresa because I know how
Hopefully she noticed that we did the rainbow.
They've got that cool black browns, grays.
Oh, yes.
One, wouldn't that be neat
Yes,
for the
it
wedding
would be
or
like
whatever?
the basics, I think it's
Yeah,
called.
yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, very cool layout. I love it.
Thank you. One of the questions is advice, suggestions I would give to the other crafters, our customers.
Oh, yeah.
Mine, in all sincerity, we need to quit being so hard on ourselves. It doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful, and for other people, you know, the recipient that we're giving it to enjoy it and love it. We tend to, oh, it's not perfect. It doesn't have to be.
That's very good advice. I like that.
You know, people get things from us and they just so love it, and we might nitpick it, but they look at it and they're just thrilled. So that's my goal for this year, is not to be quite so hard on myself when I do something and pick it apart.
That is a great goal, because sometimes it is kind of natural for a lot of us to immediately point out a flaw instead of pointing out the good part.
Because nobody else, my friend Laura, you know, when I say, oh my gosh, she's like, quit talking about my best friend that way.
Oh.
And it makes sense.
There you go.
You know, I wouldn't allow somebody to talk to a friend of mine that way, so I got to quit doing it to myself.
I think you have a lot of people agreeing with you on that.
One of the questions is what craft, or, you know, which projects do I like? I like making cards, and I like doing things that are like 3D. So I brought some of the things that I've done in the past.
And Chris has done a lot of 3D things in our demos here at Memory Bound.
One are these little baskets that I think are perfect for Easter, May Day, whatever you need just a little basket for. And the nice thing is these rings come apart. You can store it and lay it flat if you want, because it's just held together with a little ring. This Katie or somebody brought over. This was probably my most recent. We have the dimensions on the piece of
Chris,
paper.
I need to tell you about this because Christina sent us a picture, and I'll show you. She made all of these for her daughter's, I think it was her daughter's class, and put them inside of a big mailbox.
Oh, how fun.
And they fit perfectly.
Oh,
she was so inspired.
Well, that was nice. I love when other people do things and when
Yeah.
they switch them up or, you know, send photos. It's really nice to see what projects other people have done. And then this is the latest
here's
one.
the newest one.
And I'm going to do this in March. But
look at that carrot on the top, everybody.
he's so fun. Or she's so fun. I just love how huge it is and almost comical.
Yeah, I like it too.
But it's an explosion box, but when you open it up, then there's an Easter basket inside.
And Chris is going to be showing us this in March. She's going to be
Correct.
doing a demo. And you can go on our blog, and if you search on Chris, you're going to find, I think you did this as a demo, didn't you,
I did.
Chris?
Yep, I sure did.
So you're going to find this basket, and you're going to find the mailboxes, and a whole lot more, because she's done a lot. And Chris, what I love about it is you make things seem simple. Because I would look at like one of these baskets, and I'd go, oh boy, oh yeah, nope, can't do that. But Chris is really good at explaining things.
Well, thank you.
And you do have a couple questions.
All right, yeah, ask away.
They'd like
this is
to
your
know.
chance.
They'd like to know how you learned to craft, or where or when you learned to craft.
You know, I started crafting. I used to do. Remember the canvas that you could cross stitch on?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of started doing that when I lived in Lamar's before I moved down here 42 years ago. My mom and I belonged to a craft club in
Oh
Lamar's.
really?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was the youngest person there, but I didn't care. And we did all sorts. Every month was a different kind of craft. One was making velvet roses, and then one time we took pine cones and made a bell out of pine cones. So it was always something different. I think that's kind of where I started doing crafting. And I was one of the winners of a paper pack when the store opened.
You were?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I started shopping here a long time ago, and then when my husband retired 2.5 years ago, keeping in mind that he traveled, he'd leave on Monday, come back Friday, and then he was home every minute of every day. And so I
Lucky for memory
oh
bound,
boy,
right?
I decided, yes, I think working here would be wonderful. So I came to work here.
And we love that, Chris, too.
Well, thank you. I've had other jobs, but none as fun. Well, I shouldn't say that because I did watch my grandkids for 6 years. But this way I get to be with people and exchange ideas, and everyone here is so nice that I've really enjoyed my time here. So.
And Karen would like to know what your favorite Hawaiian island is.
Maui. Mainly because it's a little more laid back, but I can, if you decide you want to go over to Honolulu, it costs you $49 to fly over, to island hop. But,
oh, sure.
But I do like Maui just for the laid back part of it. I'm actually taking my youngest granddaughter. She graduates this year, so we'll be going in June. She picked a cruise. So I told her, okay. So
you'll do whatever those grandkids want, right?
That's why I work here, so I can save my money and take them on a trip.
Take them on a trip. That's perfect.
Exactly.
And then we do have people that say they admire your rings, and they didn't know if you had a story about those, or you just like them.
I like jewelry. When we got married, I had a very small ring, so it's grown through the years. This one
grows every year.
This one I designed.
Well, that's fun, and when you design it yourself, isn't it?
I like to. That's another thing I like to do is design jewelry. But so I did
like your necklace you designed, and that's your parents'.
Yeah, those are my parents' stones. That way they're with me.
Yeah, I think that's really neat.
But yeah, I like diamonds and tattoos. What can I say?
Along with everything else, just throw in some diamonds and tattoos with that.
Yep, and I'll be a happy
camper.
Let's
see, Hawaii, diamonds, tattoos, Corky.
Yep.
Corky pigs.
Reading, I like to read. Score tape is one of my favorite items that I use because I do
because of all your dimensional items.
I find it very helpful.
Score tape is important.
Yes, but...
well, I think we've answered all the questions, Chris. I think there's a lot of people that talk about, they say that your shirt is your perfect color.
Oh, well, thank you.
Can't wait to see the explosion box for Easter. And a lot of people say they love all of your dimensional items that you make.
Oh, well, thanks. I appreciate that.
Well, thanks for sharing your stuff with all of us today, Chris. We really appreciate it. And what does our schedule say for tomorrow? Is it around here somewhere?
It's under here.
So tomorrow, we're free. Tomorrow's store tour.
Oh, nice.
Store tour, because we're doing 14% off tomorrow, but we moved it to today also, so we're doing it for 2 days instead of 1.
Wow.
So since they say is Galentine's Day, so we might as well celebrate both days.
Well, I'm phone number 1, so give me a call. And
call now.
Yes.
What does Janet say? Operators are standing by or whatever.
Yeah. Well, give me time to get my mic off, but other than that.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Chris. This was very enjoyable. I learned a lot today that I didn't know. And thank you, Teresa, for updating us on our Me in 23. And we'll be back tomorrow with the store tour and with more about our special sale that we're having. So have a crafty day, a crafty week, and we hope to see you soon.